Farm Diggity, and this is the bad penny that I can't seem to get rid of. I've interviewed him a lot of times. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Meeker champion 2024, just so we remember. But this is Pip, and they came out on top one more time. Thanks for meeting with us.
You're welcome.
Let's go first on you. I took your spot. Let's go first on your run. Tell us about your run.
It was, it was pretty good. The first out run, he wasn't quite as committed. I mean, he was going, and it was fine. He stopped a little bit short, but he wasn't really committed. But he's been off. He's been off for quite a while with an injury. So
yeah.
I think with the heat, and it was just before lunch. But it turned out it was probably the hottest part of the whole day.
Yes, because the clouds
rolled in after lunch, and of course early morning before that was cooler. But it was pretty good. Stopped a little bit short. I blew him over. I got a little bit too cute with the line. I was holding a good line for a while and tried to just make it perfect, and they buggered off way off to the to the right. So that was a miscue. And then we did pretty well the first leg of the drive. It was fairly good. A little bit wider turn, but once they get into the dip past that panel, you're kind of working on, you're working on guesswork. You just don't want to bring them back through, which can certainly happen quickly.
Right.
And the breeze was coming into your face in the morning too, opposed to the afternoon when it was going out.
Right.
So you're always a little bit worried about whether the hearing was good. And of course, I had my run before that. Still PTSD on not listening to anything, so I thought, well, maybe they're not hearing at all, which the
turns out
the hearing's not bad, but the listening's bad. And then the cross drive pretty good. I started second guessing myself. I was right on line, but I must be wrong, so I missed him on the inside.
Yeah.
If I'd have just left him alone, we'd have hit it. And didn't have a great shed, but got it done.
Yeah.
And then had a pretty good pen. And he was tired. He's been out of shape. Like I said, 2 months. He's not seen anything. The most proudest I think of him. I just his heart, because before the Canadians, 2 weekends ago or 3 weekends ago, whatever it was, he hadn't worked sheep or done anything for pretty much 2 months. And the day before the Canadians, he went out I set him out on a great big outrun of about 100 yards.
Wow.
And then he ended up winning around the Canadians, being second. And then the trial after that was a huge field at Hilltop. Wendy and Chris Schmaltz's Hilltop, and he won it.
Right.
And then of course
he's back.
He won here. He was here or there in the preliminaries, but got enough to get by.
Right.
And then today he finished, and I think they say about golf, it's won and lost in the putting greens, and most double lifts it's won and lost in the shed.
Shed and ring.
Yeah. And it wasn't a magnificent shed, but not bad. He got it done and showed a lot of heart when I could see he was really tired.
Yes.
In the heat of the day, and he did not go to water. Didn't even want to go to water. He could have used some. Yeah. But the job's not done, and he never even offered to. With the look back, he was anticipating it a little more than I'd like. I flanked him over to set him up, and he was already looking. So
he knows the job. Well, he's won a bunch of things, and we'll get into that. But let's talk about his injury. He does he seem lame now, or is he sound?
I think he's all right now. He's certainly enough the next 2 weeks before the Nationals to be less about working than just making sure he's in shape.
Right.
As much jogging as we can. He tore a muscle in his back right leg, and he was good after. I was working some really tough lambs and in some pretty unfriendly ground, and he did it real well. And I should have used a different dog for it, but he come up a little bit lame, and then about 4 days later he was good. And so me being me, the 5th day we went on a 5-mile run, and then he was sore.
Oh, okay.
And then it was, why did I do that?
So then you had to lay him off.
Lay him off for the next 6 weeks after that, or 7 weeks. So
that had to be scary to come out here in the heat, in the altitude, and run.
Yeah. Well, he'd already done the Canadians and come up all right.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not 100%, but not bad. And Wendy's, he was 100%, and he was maybe a little bit tender today, but not bad considering how hard he worked.
Right. When those sheep, and if you watch the video, it's posted, but when they bust your 5 and he had to go run and bring him back, that was when it was telling. And I saw at the pen, you started whistling into him very sweetly, like, come on, buddy, you can do it, keep going. And he just hung in there, held his side, and you guys pinned.
Yeah. Well, he's a lot, he's a different type of dog than his dad, but his dad, Ricky Hutchinson Sweep, was a magnificent dog. And obviously, Ricky did fantastic with him. And,
right.
And one of the biggest compliments I think I ever had with him was at the World. A few people come up after the World trial in the double lift and said there's only one dog can hold sheep as well as him in the international shed. And that was a big compliment, and that one dog was his dad.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's great. Yeah,
which is a big compliment for him and Sweep.
Yes.
Sweep obviously very well known over there.
Yes,
and,
right.
And Pip, not known at all, but other than the internet and stuff. But he's as honest as the day is long, and a lot of try. Even through adversity, he's just been a wonderful dog for me.
Yes. Well, you've won this event before.
Yep.
And with Alice.
Alice, Taff, and Pleat. Yeah.
Wow.
All different type dogs.
Yeah. Right. I remember Pleat being. He was a little bit where you had to get a hold of him.
Pleat could be a little bit like Mist was today, but he come out of it, so gotta hope that Mist does as well. Because that was I was going to say borderline embarrassing, but it was absolutely embarrassing.
Okay.
She moves sheep, but
let's talk about
not
Mist.
the way I want.
So, but Mist, I want to give her due because she won a round.
Yep. Yeah, and she ran well there, and the sheep suited her, and she wouldn't stop with a damn thing either. But we kind of forgot about that and just steered, and she was all right. But she come to a new load today. I think it's been a while since I got a 95 in a double left with a completed course with 2 good outruns. A good shed, a decent pen, 2 good outruns, and a 95 or 6 or something.
Okay, she won a buckle.
Yeah, she's in the camper.
She won a buckle. She won the Cowboy Lift Award from Mark and Sean, which is really something. And so, so she's maybe not on the hit parade, but she's still hanging in there. Yeah.
Buckle will get her another couple weeks.
Another couple weeks. Maybe Jenny can, plead her case. But oh well, she did win a round. I just want to, and she's a baby. She's how old?
Well, she's getting past the. She can't use that excuse forever. She's 3, so she'll be 4 at Christmas. So the baby part might work for another little while. But
okay, well we'll chat with her.
There's 2-year-old Joni Teachin's got a 2-year-old doing wonderful things out here, listening among one of them.
Oh my goodness, I have to laugh, and one of the reasons I'm laughing is because you just won Meeker, but you missed a panel, and so you're pretty mad still, and that is the one thing that I've noticed. It's just not good enough for you. It's not that you're not happy with your dog. Your dog was good enough, but you hold yourself to just a really high standard, and it's just not good enough, is it?
Well, I think, the results ended up my way, but they didn't have to. I left that hole, so, I think anybody, there's a lot of handlers that you're if you can survive it, great, but don't fool yourself that it went great. It's like the international shed. I've seen some people in an international shed that they get it, but they really don't know how they got it. So
yeah,
it worked out well. That's great, but you don't want to go home thinking I've got this handled now when they don't know how they got it.
Yes.
So similar as that. I won Meeker, but I know I was lucky to do it, and it won't happen again. Fonzie would have got his shed. That would have been the end.
Yeah, he had a good run.
He had a beautiful run.
Yeah.
As he quite often does.
Right.
So I was a little bit. I was actually torn between really hoping for him and a little wee bit. Come on, old sheep. But But
Are you telling me that you were hexing your best buddy?
No, I was not, but I was trying very hard not to, because
Okay.
at the end of the day, I had my chance, and everybody else has their chance.
Yeah.
And didn't quite work out, but it was a beautiful run. Would have got the shed. One orange sheep was on my side and not his.
Yeah.
Or collared sheep. So.
Well, congratulations, Pip. Congratulations. He's won. Just give the last little bit. Tell me what he's won. He just won Hilltop.
The last little bit.
Meeker.
Double lift. How far do you want to go back? No, he's run the national finals here 3 times. He's been second reserve twice and champion once. At the Worlds, he won a round.
Yeah, you were third.
Won his field and then was third
in the Worlds.
In the double lift, which is no small feat for sure. So.
Yes. Yeah. And on and on.
He's been good. Canadians, he won a round when the wind was blowing into our face, and I didn't say a thing, and he just brought him straight as a die.
He's a good
most
boy.
Of the way.
We have a son.
Yeah.
We have a Pip son.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Well, a couple of the Pip pups have been
good.
Been good. Well, one of my main nursery dogs.
Right.
Cat is a Pip daughter. Yes.
Yeah.
She's been good.
Yeah.
Well.
She looks good.
Yeah.
I noticed that you sold her to Ron Stark, and I think you sold her a little early, but he might be terrified, but he's as happy as a pig in mud.
Good.
So
Yeah,
absolutely, congratulations to him. Yeah, you bet. Well, congratulations to you, your wife, and your dogs. Your great dogs. You just work so hard at it. And little and Mist, long live Mist, Farm Diggity. It's a good life.